I went Pearl Jam. Fuck all y'all.
Too legit and give some shits. Hey.
God, you're so white.
Well, now we're going to get sued by 3 different people.
Ooh, those Spider-Mans. Oh, those Spider-Mans. Crispy, crunchy, graham cereal, brand new spider treat. I don't remember the rest of that scene. I'm sorry.
Okay. We know where you're going. Continue.
We got the gist.
Continue. Thank you very much for coming back to the Hateful Geeks. No, thank you, seriously.
Jesus. Come back. Please come back. Come back. Baby, come back.
We're really excited this week, but also kind of like punching ourselves in the dick a little bit because this week the Hateful Geeks are reviewing Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse.
Dun, dun, dun.
So buckle up. We're probably going to end up like pulling some Inception hate to figure out how to get mad about this movie.
It was hard to hate on it.
What was that?
It's hard to hate on it.
We'll get to that moment, Andy. But yes, thank you for coming back to Hateful Geeks. I'm one of your many hosts, Phil.
This is Sweeney.
I'm Andy.
This is Tim.
And we're gonna web it up. I feel like it wasn't long ago. The 4 of us were talking about Spider-Man when the PS4 game got released,
and now we have 3 months.
Yeah,
sorry,
it's been 3 months.
Yeah,
yeah.
First week of September.
Man, time flies when you're cleaning up shit every day, like 9 times a day.
Yeah, Andy.
Jesus, what?
My own?
But
he questions it.
He's confused. He's like, wait,
what? My own?
The only other person here who's changed a diaper is you, dude.
Yep.
Still does.
He's like, I might have changed a diaper. I don't remember.
Now just picking up old dog shit. Old dog, shit.
Not old
shit that's just been laying around.
Like you had your dog shit on your floor, like, and a week later, you're like, you know what? I should probably pick that up now.
Like, the other dog will eat it.
Oh. Well, picking up dog shit.
I've learned a lot about your lives tonight that I could have done without. So before I disown the both of you, do you feel like we got enough Spider-Man from just the game? Because here comes Into the Spider-Verse, and I'm kind of telling you, I'm kind of born again a Spider-Man fan, like hard right now.
Personally, I could never get enough of Spider-Man.
Well, yeah,
he's always been my primary Marvel, though, Tim. But the problem here is like now it's like I need like Spider-Verse to explode on like paper.
Yeah,
right. No, I get it. I'm just saying like Spider-Man's been is what got me into comics, so I can never get enough Spider-Man. Spider-Gwen, however,
Spider-Gwen.
I like Spider-Gwen.
I like Spider-Gwen. So I think the first thing, like we had the game, which was awesome. We all love the game. And now they're doing those additional DLCs, right? The next one's like the 21st,
Friday. Yep.
So
you have Spider-Geddon going on right now in the comics.
Spider-Geddon.
It's so fucking good.
Today, issue 5 came out and it premiered a new Spider. He is called Spider Cop.
He's real now.
He is real. He is in the comics.
I gotta tell you, like everything I love about. Okay, man, I'm okay. Let's talk about Dan Slott for a second, Tim.
Okay.
Don't. I know. I mean, Dan Slott is like a very like hit or miss writer for Spider-Man. Would you agree?
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Like I guess when they announced they were doing like Superior Spider-Man and Otto was taking over the Spider Body for a while, like people were like, "This is a fucking terrible fucking idea. I'm throwing away my Spider-Man. I'm done with you guys. Fuck Marvel. I'm out of here." And then like it came out, and like each week was like, "Holy shit, holy shit."
I wasn't at that level with it, although I did. I gave it a 6-issue shot. Didn't like it, and then came back when Peter was alive again. I wasn't like, I hate Marvel, I'm gonna find Dan Slott and fight him. I mean, there was a lot of that. There was a lot just like, I'm gonna burn this issue. Does nothing.
It's good. It's a good fucking line, man.
I heard it's good, but I haven't gone back to read it yet.
Otto in the Parker seat is an amazing direction for taking the character, and a lot of the cool things about that kind of stick around. And also, they've resurrected Superior Spider-Man for Spider-Geddon.
Yeah.
So what this movie does, so cinematically, we've taken Spider-Man sort of away from the whole baddie of the week,
right?
And we're exploring and this is a legitimate canon part of comics for our listeners who might not be aware. Like, there is a huge multiverse around Spider-Man.
There is,
and it's as cool as the shit you see over at DC.
Which is why, like, in the video game, why there's so many outfits, because there's a lot of outfits that are just, they're different universe Spider-Man. Like, the Captain Britain one is in there. The Spider-Punk, that's another one from a different dimension.
Spider-Punk.
Yeah.
Hobie.
Yeah. The Flaming Skull Spider-Man, that's from a different universe.
The Ghost Spider?
Yeah,
Spirit,
thank you.
Spirit, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it was called. Yeah.
It's Spider-Man when he gets the vengeance of Spirit.
Yeah, he basically becomes Ghost Rider.
I was like, what?
I actually thought you called it Vengeance of Spirit on purpose. No, that was a straight up accident. I need you to get some sleep.
I do need some sleep.
I was really, really pleased with what I saw, like, as a comic book fan.
It was
Well, it was gorgeous. Like, it looked amazing. The animation was amazing.
Such a pretty movie.
The fact that they had different styles of animation for each character as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, that, and then, like, even, like, the little details of, like, them running around, having, like, the little, like, impact, like, on, like, where they're running to show, like, the comic, like, style of impact running, or, like, just, like, even, like, the text lettering sometimes will pop up, like, the thought bubbles or whatever.
Or even just the sound of, like, thump. Like when they land.
Yeah.
Like
And you had like him saying he had when they were swinging, you swip and release.
Yes.
Did you guys kind of feel like for the first time you actually were watching what it would be like a living comic book? Like you see, like they try that sometimes, like as an effect in comic book movies where it's like, and then meanwhile, but then it's just back to like a movie.
Right.
Yeah, like they try for like the comic panel effect. Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly. Yeah. And it comes off as very forced, and this is a very like on the nose. This whole movie felt like I was turning pages. Like the way it's fit into the style and it's both thematic and narrative purpose. So you're seeing like the thwacks and the thwips and the and like and you see like paneling and the way it like shoots, like it's a camera going over reading a comic book.
Text.
Well, then you also have like each time they introduce a new Spider-Man, they throw down the comic. Like
they throw down the fucking issue. Bam.
We're all so excited. We're so excited. We're all hitting our microphones.
I know.
I'm so sorry. Fuck the microphone. This movie was great. But this is the first time I feel like it was pulled off. Like it was done. It was superb. It was art. It was beautiful.
It was. I liked each individual like character that they've introduced. Like both Peter Parker's, although the first one, spoiler,
they all had
dies.
Welcome to the Ultimate Universe.
Right. And you have like Miles, and you have Gwen, and you have Lady Doc Ock. You have Kingpin,
Olivia,
the Hulk, Green Goblin.
Dude, I like weird dragon Hulk from Ultimate Universe.
So do I.
Do they
like that fucking like Green Goblin is like, it's just interesting. It's just different than instead of it being like him wearing a suit and going crazy in the head, he like genetically alters himself to become like this green demon dragon thing that like throws pumpkins.
Like regular 616 Norman Osborn is more of a threat like mentally, because like, he knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, but this one is more of like a physical threat that 616 Osborn never really is to me. Like Osborn's more about the mind. Like to me, 616 Norman Osborn's all about more mind games than anything.
The issues where Norman Osborn got the Carnage symbiote were fucking brutal.
Oh no, it's great. But that's kind of the exception to what I'm talking about. Like 616.
That was my only issue with the movie, and it's not even the movie's issue. They just utilized the Ultimate Universe's source material. So I'm not a fan of that Green Goblin. It's cool. It's cool that he's big, but I prefer the 616 Green Goblin. I didn't like the look of Kingpin.
You didn't like gigantic toe man?
Popped his head out.
I loved this look of Kingpin.
I did not like it.
He did kind of look like Krang in the giant.
Right?
And the giant robot body-ish.
Like, he looked like he had the worst case of hunchback I've ever seen. Like, the hunchback of Notre Dame is like,
no, they literally took SpongeBob SquarePants and gave him steroids.
And Lee Schreiber's voice.
Made the Kingpin.
But
I just want to say that the basic shape of him, though, when he strikes Ultimate Spider-Man is like, I believe that hurt. Because of his shape, though, Andy. Like, you think you're like, he looks like a toe.
No, I liked his character. I liked his motivations. I liked all of that.
Oh yeah,
like the fact of the whole reason why he was trying to pull the multiverse in. He's like, well, I've lost Vanessa. I lost my son. I'm just going to pluck him out of another universe.
Can we talk about that plot device for a moment since you bring it up, Andy?
Yeah. Let's do that.
His fucking wife and daughter left him in the Ultimate Universe because they saw him about to punch Spider-Man, right? Like, would the wife and child of Wilson Fisk, like, wouldn't they be like, you gonna hit him, Dad?
I was gonna say, Vanessa is always known from like day 2 of who the Kingpin is.
She's in on that shit. She's part of that shit.
She relishes that shit.
She's like, Richard, I'd like you to watch your father smash a spider. Like, that'd be amazeballs. They wouldn't be like, oh, we're out of here. Oh, Daddy, how could you? Oh no, a car accident. Like, like really? Like, like the whole leading up to this, like, this universe would never exist, even in the multiverse. It's just not possible.
The movie did take some liberties with some of the origin. Even Miles's origin was a little different.
I mean, it's fairly accurate. I mean, the spiders were re-engineered, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, he's with his uncle in the comic,
but he wasn't like spray painting and.
No, in the comic, he was in his uncle's apartment because it attached onto him while he was the Prowler.
Yeah.
I kind of liked that moment when they show Miles getting turned into Spider-Man. Because you thought it was going to be this big moment. Like, they played it up. They played up, like, the bite and everything, all this music. And he was like, slapped it off his hand.
That was pretty good. Rather than him, like, convulsing in pain like you expected.
Right.
This movie was pretty fucking funny. I mean, it was smart comedy, too. It wasn't like Thor Ragnarok comedy. It was so think of it this way. Every time, like, for, like, the first 15 minutes of the film is basically, like, we fucked up here. We screwed up here. We made fun of us about this too. Like, there's pointing all the history of the Spider-Man and like I'm a cereal. I'm a comic book. I'm a poorly shaped popsicle.
Yeah.
Like, this movie's like it pulls like an 8 Mile like off the bat. Like, yeah, I am white. I do live in a trailer with my mom. There's nothing you can make fun of me. I'm still standing here saying fuck the free world.
Right.
So, bam, and then the rest of the fucking film is them just improving on that.
Yeah. It's a film that knows where it came from, knows the issues that have been made with the character in the past, and relished it and allowed themselves to build off of that to say, hey, we know we're cheesy sometimes. We know look at the characters we made. I mean, we made Spider-Ham. We made the Japanese, robot spider,
Spider Diva.
Yeah, Spider Diva. The black and white noir. We've done all these things, which Nick Cage is a godsend and a saint, because I did not expect to love him so much in this movie.
Like, I knew it was going to work, but not as well as it did.
It worked so well. So well.
And when he was holding the Rubik's Cube, he's like, is that purple? No.
I was like, Andy.
No. He's like, I don't get it.
He took it back with him.
He's like, I'm taking this with me.
I mean, my personal favorite was in his introduction when he's like, I light a matchstick and let it go to the end just so I can feel something. Oh, as it dies. God damn it, that was good.
The wind always follows me.
And it smells like rain.
It smells like rain.
And John Mulaney as Spider-Ham was perfect.
I was kind of disappointed with Spider-Ham. Peter Porker, it comes off on paper very like surly and like like, why you oughta, you kids, or like, oh, are these dorks talking about it? Like, he's kind of a shit talker. He's kind of like the Raphael of the Spider-Mans. Yeah. He's just sort of like in a bad mood. This movie portrayed him very like Looney Tunes, but in a good mood, and I'm super psyched.
It worked in the movie though when he pulls out his mallet and he was like, "Here, I'm going to give you this. It'll fit in your pocket."
I want a Spider-Ham movie,
and then he says, "That's all, folks." And as he's walking away, they're like, "Can he say that
legally?" I also like when he's like the one. I don't know. Was it Scorpion that said it to him? I was like, "You're a cartoon." He's like, "You got a problem with cartoons?"
Yeah, I think it was Scorpion. Yeah,
the machine-legged Scorpion.
It took me a while to figure out who the henchman for Kingpin was that had the flat top and he was all gray. It took me a while,
Tombstone.
And then I finally, I was like, "Oh, Tombstone."
I thought it was Hammerhead at first. I was like, "That's not Hammerhead."
No.
If it had been a blue suit, normal Caucasian skin, and like the black flat top, that's Hammerhead.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, pure white skin looks like a Banshee or a White Walker. That's Tombstone.
Tombstone. Cool.
Yeah, it's a Tombstone.
Yeah, and I liked Lady Ock.
Doc Ock.
Lady Doc Ock.
Yeah. Whatever you're gonna call it.
Elizabeth Octavius.
Olivia Octavius. It's like the 5th time we've said her name.
Hey.
Olivia.
Is that so? I never really saw her in the comics, but is that how her suit is, like the squishy tentacles?
I've never seen that character before ever.
I didn't know if she was in the comics or if that was made up. Or
there was a Lady Octopus in the 90s when like Ben Reilly was Spider-Man. That whole like Clone Saga bullshit.
Yeah.
And she was Otto's. I can't remember if she was his daughter or his niece. I don't remember. There's some kind of familiar connection to it, but I don't remember. But that's about it. I think.
So they kind of pulled somewhere from the lore, but didn't really.
And then I'm going to assume that she's dead or just people have forgotten about her.
they wrote her out.
Yeah, I mean, Clone Saga doesn't exist.
Dead.
And we all know how Andy loves Ben Reilly as Spider-Man.
Fuck Ben Reilly.
Oh man. I'm not a Ben Reilly fan, but Andy's like Andy wants to like Fight Club him.
Hater.
I mean, spoiler warning, he's probably going to show up in the sequel.
Oh, he probably will, and I'll be like, "That's not my Spider-Man."
It's good because he's actually called The Other.
Are you going to yell at the screen like a 1940s newsman?
Yeah,
I demand suspenders and a fucking cane while he does it.
Andy's the kind of guy that yells at clouds for being in the way.
I can't see the sun, asshole.
Your Ben Reilly and your costume sucks dick. Jesus.
He hasn't worn the goddamn... Well, no, technically
he's wearing the hoodie now.
It's Spider-Geddon. It's Spider-Geddon. They had to make him look like classic Ben Reilly. Nobody's going to believe the fucking pure red suit with just the black eyes. That one's random.
You need that blue sweatshirt.
You need that blue sweatshirt, bro. It's his
sleeveless hoodie on.
I hate that.
I can't take you serious if you're not wearing your blue cutoff
sweatshirt, looking like you're heading to the gym.
That's not my. When they tried to make him the Jackal, that's when I was like, "That's not my Ben Reilly."
Yeah,
that's definitely not. And they bring all that shit back up again. They're talking about it's all about cloning and all that crazy shit. That's the one thing this movie lacked, man, was the Inheritors. They're the multiverse vampires that are hunting them, which is like the point of Spiderverse.
Yeah. But I don't know. I did it though.
Are you saying you're not an Inheritors fan?
Nah, not the biggest fan of the Inheritors and Morlun and
I fucking love that story, man. That's when Spider-Man died. Morlun is the fucking doomsday of Spider-Man storyline.
I don't like. Are you talking like what was it? The Other where he like dies and then he like. I was not a fan of that.
His body like gets eaten by like a little like herd of spiders, and nobody knows. And it's the return of the 4 possible Spider-Men, but nobody knows which one's which. Oh, this story is
the reign of Spider-Man.
No. We're talking about 2 different stories. I think I was thinking of the Other where like he dies, and like there's some spider totem that takes over him, and then he's like
Ezekiel.
In a cocoon. Oh, like. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When did this happen?
This is like the early
right before Civil War.
Yeah,
it's a J. Michael Straczynski story.
All right.
Andy's like, I do not recall this.
You've never read The Other? Holy shit! Yeah. It was basically like the death of Superman, but for Spider-Man.
But like, it didn't have like he's referring to a different story that was earlier, where like I think he like faked his death as Spider-Man, and then he was like Ricochet and Jackpot and Hornet. Is that what you're thinking of?
No. I'm talking about like after like in all these offshoot issues during the other instead of the main other line. They're talking about like the spiders that came out of his body. Are they like the consciousness of Peter Parker? Like which of these new pieces of like what grew out of all the death of Spider-Man?
Okay,
were like these things were like that could have been Peter, but no, that is like you got like the Spider Eradicator. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying now? And they all turn out to be bullshit.
Yeah, I think that part of it I kind of forget, or maybe I've just blocked it out.
It's a really convoluted fucking story, but basically the goal of it was to make Peter's powers, instead of like radioactive spider bit me, they were trying to retcon it into a Peter is the spirit of the spider in this multiverse. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, and all the enemies he fights are animals.
So like he is the spider totem.
Bam, spider totem, the key to the web of the universe. Okay, I'm sorry. It doesn't sound good when you say it out loud. It reads really good on paper. I promise.
I should have prefaced this with like, it's not, to me, it's not the best story.
No. Yeah, but I think that's what this movie also makes you guys do, is because then you can start thinking about all the different possibilities they could have done with the movie, right? All the different universes they can brought in, and there's already a sequel coming as well. 2 of them, which they said the next sequel is going to focus more on the relationship between Gwen and Miles.
Yeah, they've said there's going to be a sequel with like Gwen and Miles and stuff, but then there's also going to be one of like a Spider Women one with like Jessica Drew and Arachna and Silk and
Spinneret, I think is her name in the Renew Your Vows right now. That little girl. I don't read Renew Your Vows.
I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna say sure.
Yeah.
Sounds spidery, so it probably is.
Spinneret.
Andy's correct. Spinneret. That's right, Andy.
So yeah, we're gonna get those movies, which I want all of those movies. If they're done like this one in the same animation, the same style, you can make 47 of these movies and I would see every one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Give me more
Spider. They just need to shut the fuck up and take my money. Take my money.
I mean,
this could be a 7-movie trilogy. I see it. Yeah, dude.
A 7-movie trilogy.
Do you understand what you can do with Spiderverse? You can do like stories about any Spider-Man anywhere.
I'm not complaining about what you're saying. I'm complaining about the word choice.
Phil is thinking outside the box with 7-movie trilogy.
Trilogy
there
3.
Are so many fucking Spider-Men and so many different versions. You could do like adventures about like Peter Porker going and meeting some other spider people. Like you could do like 4 movies of all the spider people you've seen so far and Into the Spider-Verse going on their own fucking stories to gather up more Spider-Men for the final battle.
Or I mean, not even that. Like you could just do like I think this introduces like more where you can do a noir movie. You can do a Peter Porker movie. Like in just their world, like it's not even like tying into like a bigger threat in Spider-Verse, but like just do a noir movie with Spider-Man. Yeah.
You can do those too. Do your own origin stories before you start making them futz around with the multiverse.
Yeah.
But the point is that when you've invented a multiverse with somebody as amazing as Spider-Man,
puns.
I'm here all week. You basically just created it's like the explosion of Star Wars. Like you basically just like brought Spider-Man back, and now you said, well, check this out. Anybody can be a Spider-Man, and now you can make a billion fucking movies and stories and whatever you want.
Do it
and be Oprah rich.
Do it. I mean, like I said, I know we're usually the hateful geeks, so we try to find things to just rip on that people like because they're blinded by fandom or whatever. But this movie, literally, I can't sit here and say it wasn't a good movie. I'd be lying.
I mean, I'll cop to being blinded by fandom most of the time for Spider-Man too.
Well, and
except for Spider-Man 3.
I mean, nobody can claim that one.
Movie's fucking
nobody can claim liking Spider-Man 3. I mean, even in
garbage.
this movie, they make fun of the dancing scene, which is good because they needed to.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
We even did this.
That was wonderful. Just boogieing down.
So bad.
Oh, it was wonderful.
I mean, and same with me. Like I'm an Iron Man, but no, I don't claim Iron Man 3. So,
ooh,
it's not.
Dude, I'm a Superman fan, and I have like 12 movies I can't claim.
Do you claim Iron Man 2?
I do claim Iron Man 2.
Bold choice.
I like Iron Man 2, even though they made up a villain. It's fine.
I like 3 more than 2. Anyway,
Tim, I would get Sweeney's back on that argument. 2's superior to 3. Nothing's as bad as 3.
I don't know. Man.
3, they just ruined the Iron Legion. That pisses me off.
I like Iron Man 2. I even like Mickey Rourke. I liked him.
I'll take a made-up villain. That's fine.
We're off topic.
Sorry. We're still in Marvel. We're still in the universe.
Spider-Man.
When they get to the spider cave in Aunt May's backyard, did you guys see on the when all the suits were lit up on the left side, there was the PS4 spider suit?
I did see that, but I haven't moved on past Spider Cave.
The Spider Cave.
I heard Spider Cave.
There were really cool ones in there. Like I think it was I saw the stealth suit. I saw the Iron Spider suit, but like the comic one. I think the Avengers Infinity War one was in there too. The Avengers one
was on the
far right
side.
The far right.
They also had the all white suit.
They had the Sam Raimi suit too.
They had what?
They had the Sam Raimi suit too.
I missed that. The one with the cape was pretty good too.
Yeah, see cape.
I'm glad that they got the spider buggy in there, but I wish that they did something with it.
They actually rode in the spider buggy?
Fuck yeah, man.
I didn't see Leopardon. Did anyone see Leopardon?
No.
Mm-mm.
That's That's Supaida Man.
Yeah,
that's Japanese Spider-Man.
Yeah, I didn't see
his giant robot.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I didn't see it.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's like why I was like, I didn't see it, as in like, no, I missed it. Like, because there's so many Easter eggs in this movie.
It was a lot, man. Like, hard to keep up with.
Did anybody see the giant poster of Seth Rogen?
Yes.
Yeah. Multiple times.
Just bam, Seth Rogen.
Who lost the bet with Seth Rogen?
Right. You have to put my face on a wall.
Yeah, multiple times.
Because
it showed up every time that they
were on the city or anything. It was
I noticed it more when they did like the origins and like when Spider-Gwen and I don't know why I slapped my leg. Hope that doesn't make the audio.
Yeah.
Sorry. And Spider-Man Noir, like when they land and it's just like in the background as they're looking around Times Square.
Seth Rogen.
Someone owed him money.
But yeah, overall a good movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you go see it. I don't think we've dropped too many plot spoilers.
I would say the post-credit scene had me laughing in tears. So there is one at the end.
So we can spoil that. We can spoil that.
You know how we do. We're going to spoil if we spoil the fuck out of the movie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Like, if you are listening to this because you want to hear how we like the movie, not like you should go see it. Like, we don't peddle other people's product.
We peddle our own product. Listen to us.
We're here to bitch about it or say it was good and complain that we couldn't bitch about it.
Either way, somebody's bitching a lot.
Right.
But yeah, so the end credit scene, they had Spider-Man 2099.
Yes, sir. Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah, so they had him and talking about how he created a new, mobile portal jumper.
Yeah, which I feel would have to like tie into any ideas for the second one, I would imagine.
Those are in, they have those things. Those are in the Spider-Verse comics.
I just call it portal jumper because the movie Jumper.
Oh yeah, no, I know they're in the comics. I was just saying that like they'll use that to like get through universes in the sequel, I would imagine. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, and then they'll gather up more spider people and have 40 movies.
Yeah, we have all the spider people now. Everybody together.
Phil's just like, it's all coming according to plan.
I mean, I like Spider-Gwen, dude. I like that kind of shit. I like that my daughter can grow up and be like, Spider-Gwen's cool. I like, spider people are badass.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I know my dislike of Spider-Gwen is irrational, but... and I'm admitting it. Like the first comic I remember reading is the death of Gwen Stacy. So there's always this part of me that's like, just fucking let her die. Just leave her dead. Just stop
Why? It. Don't refrigerator Gwen Stacy. She doesn't need to stay dead, Tim. Like here's a universe where Gwen Stacy's the hero, and she's like, I'm not the fucking damsel who died in the first 2 minutes of Spider-Man.
I mean, there's also just like dislike of when ordering her book and all that, of just like running a comic book store and having to order like Spider-Man stuff.
Them bringing her back as the one bit by the spider and then going even further and killing Peter.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, I like where you're going with this. And she looks badass.
Yeah.
I mean, her suit is badass.
So like the Peter in her universe, was he like the lizard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He was sort of like a mini Kurt Connors.
Yeah. So
it was but the thing about that universe you have to remember is she still has her family, like her parents are still there. She's not an orphan. So like losing Peter, it's oh God, how to explain this without sounding like a total. It's like woke girl drama, like Scott Pilgrim. It's like a relationship drama, the comic book, the way it reads. Like Spider-Gwen, she's a superhero. She's fighting like beat 'em ups and shit, but she's like in a band and she's like dealing with school and her friends and like she's like a drummer, which is fucking badass.
Yeah, they talk about that in the movie too. They talk about her being a drummer, and they talk about her best friend dying. So then Peter dies, and that's kind of like her quick origin story. They do real quick, like I
lost a Ben. I lost a you.
I lost a you. Although I thought it was kind of odd, like everyone else is having issues with things, and there she is staring at Peter Parker again, and she's fine with it. She's like, cool, whatever.
Right, yeah.
She's like, whatever, we got this.
Yeah.
I'll live. But dude, Andy, I've been waiting all night to actually ask you this question.
Okay.
Because I know you are not a Miles Morales supporter. You're not in the camp of Miles Morales.
Over time, like I had an issue with Miles being called Spider-Man. Because even though I am adamant that Bruce Wayne is Batman is a mantle. I'm like, fine, I could accept that his persona should be passed on. To me, Spider-Man, he's Spider-Man. Like, he has superpower. He is Spider-Man. But once I've come to understand, okay, Miles is in his own universe. It is not my Peter. It's him. He's grown on.
I mean, when Miles was introduced,
and his suit is badass.
Well, when Miles was introduced, they did make Spider-Man a mantle because that Peter Parker died.
Yeah,
he just happened to be bitten again.
But yeah, it was like, so you're saying there's just all these fucking radioactive spiders all over the place, and
this one was engineered; it wasn't radioactive.
The spiders like different. Like, so they were still doing somebody figured out that's how Peter's powers were. I think it was Norman Osborn, actually.
Yeah.
He was growing and engineering different spiders to try to like find a medicinal thing to add to his goblin powers and shit. So he ends up instead like with fuck man.
So like he's doing that experiment that Phil had said, and I can't remember what, but like Prowler breaks into Osborn and it gets attached to his costume, and then like right after that, I think is when, or right before, or right after, was when Norman's like, this doesn't work, this isn't working, I failed, like just destroy it. And then that one spider,
that works.
If you see the spider in the movie, it has a number on it. Like
42, it's like 42 was all over the place in that movie.
That's the number.
It was Spider 42.
Yeah, it was Spider 42. It was like the number of the spider.
So when his uncle comes over, or takes off the outfit, and Miles comes over to do whatever, and then it just bites him.
Whatever.
But the reason he has different powers is because there was different. It's types of spiders,
right? Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
like
why
Peter got all the other like.
The turning
actually, Peter got
is
fucked
cool.
over.
The electricity, I'm kind of like.
The venom
Stinger.
bite.
Yeah, he can like shock.
Yeah, where he shocks, where Miles uses.
Yeah, but it's like it's just a version of like a venom bite. Is what it is.
Yeah, the lightning, I guess, is more of a visual effect.
Yeah,
the actual thing is like stinging. It's like he's stinging you, and it feels like you're being electrocuted.
Yeah, because in the comic, I think they kind of do like a green stinging effect, and then like they're kind of normal for like 2 or 3 seconds, and then they feel it.
But yeah, he can turn invisible.
Exactly.
Yeah, he can turn invisible. I'm trying to remember, but I don't think he can. He can't create his own webbing. I think they thought about it at first, and then now he has web shooters.
That was the thing he was lacking when he started, but he got all of Peter's like shit, and he reverse engineered it.
Yeah,
and this is the ultimate universe. But no, that's exactly right. So he's a completely different type of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
even though he's like carrying the mantle, he's different. He fights in different ways. He's not a rocket genius,
right?
Peter Parker.
That's what I was thinking of at first. Was I think Ultimate Peter Parker his own webbing is inside him. That's what I was confused on. Sorry.
Oh wait, in Ultimate Universe?
Yeah.
No, I think he made web shooters.
Did he? I don't remember.
Yeah. Peter Parker got like the shallow end of the spider power pool.
Okay.
Because Miles can do all that shit and like poison you and turn invisible. Like that's like if I was Peter Parker, I'd be like, which fucking spider? Where'd you get your fucking spider? I want that fucking spider.
Yeah.
Peter just got like the strength and the.
Well, I mean, yeah, even 616 Peter, when they meet, he's just like, oh, what the shit is this? Like, you can turn
Does
invisible?
Miles' spider sense work differently, Tim? I don't know, was there anything like, did they see the future or anything like that? I don't know.
No. Maybe that's the other thing too, is does Miles I think Miles has some kind of spider sense, but he can't see.
Yeah, but it's like different than Peter's.
But it's like, yeah, I think it's just like I think Peter's can kind of sense where the danger's coming from, and I think Miles is just like, oh, there's danger somewhere. Like, because Peter, like, if someone's shooting behind him, like he can dodge the bullet.
Right.
He knows
exactly where.
He knows the trajectory of the bullet and all that because of his spider sense. I think Miles is just like it's somewhere.
Yeah, or it's maybe since he's younger, he hasn't honed it as well.
That's true too. Because I mean, Miles is still 16,
right?
It was just awesome to see Miles done right. Like this was, I loved this Miles Morales.
Yep,
I actually liked the Prowler too.
Yeah,
everyone knew who the Prowler was because like you know the Miles Morales story, but
right.
I liked how like Miles found out it was him and all that stuff. I mean,
hated his cape.
You didn't like the cape?
Goddamn fucking like over the top Dracula peak coming up behind his head.
Dude, it looked like some awesome ass anime shit.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of
look like a character from My Hero.
They kind of took the Doctor Strange cape and gave it to the Prowler.
The claws were the badass part.
Yeah, and the boots. The boots are pretty cool.
The claw.
You're scared of the claw.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, I thought you were going Toy Story with it.
No, I was thinking
claw
from,
knows everything. The claw chooses.
Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
Use your good hand.
See, I went with Phil, and I was like, "Thank you, Jim Carrey from 1997."
No,
liar, liar, liar.
Oh yeah, that definitely. This is not liar. Tim, give me your good hand.
Scary movie.
I made it from scratch.
Oh, Chris Elliott.
Oh.
My turn.
Oh man,
no.
I think the voice cast is one of the best things about this film, but the soundtrack might have been better.
Oh, the soundtrack was amazing.
Soundtrack was so good.
The music was awesome. I like the song that Miles tries to sing. That one's like stuck in my head all the time.
I have Sunflower in my head a lot from that. And
I might be actually downloading some of this soundtrack.
The soundtrack is amazing.
Soundtrack's real good. So I instantly added it to my Spotify.
And I still can't get over how visually pleasing this movie was. Like, just the animation itself was amazing.
I liked what Phil was saying. I picked up on it. It looked like a moving comic book. There was even parts where like in like the Silver Age, like those comics where you could tell like the ink pressing was done pretty quick. Sometimes you could see the yellows and the reds kind of peeking out, and that was happening in this movie where it almost had like that when you're watching a 3D movie and you take your glasses off and you see those colors overlaying each other. You would see that every now and then.
I like that there were a couple that I thought that I saw the whole cast list, but I don't remember seeing Chris Pine or Catherine Hahn in the voice cast. So I wonder if they were like hidden at all,
like uncredited.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like hidden before the movie.
Chris Pine was one of the Spider-Men. Like
he was Peter Parker.
He was Peter,
the original.
Yeah, I was saying like I didn't know that going into it. Like I knew going into it, like Jake Johnson was the 616 Spider-Man. I knew like Mahershala Ali was the Prowler. I knew Lee Schreiber was Kingpin, but I didn't know about Chris Pine being the ultimate Spider-Man that dies. And Oscar Isaac is Spider-Man 2099, but that one's I can see why they don't reveal that
Oscar
one.
Isaac. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was Oscar
I had
Isaac.
no idea. Sweet. Okay. So let's talk in depth about like the after credit scene with Spider-Man 2099. So I mean, we touched on it briefly, but so who's the hologram scientist girl that's like hanging out with Miguel? Like what does she have? Is she from something? Because I'm not really familiar.
I didn't recognize her.
I mean, she's from the 2099 comic book. Like she's like his assistant because Spider-Man 2099, he's like a Tony Stark level businessman in that world. So like that's his.
It's like his Jarvis.
It's like his or Friday.
I guess.
Oh, so it's like
yeah.
Okay, so they probably just updated the visual of it for the movie because I remember him having like a watch thing that he could talk to. That would like be like his like his personal assistant.
Yeah, it's probably just for the movie to have a thing there to look at.
Yeah.
All right, so that's probably who that is then. But he goes back to what is that? Spider-Man 76?
67.
67. So the original cartoon where pretty much Spider-Man off of the comic started.
Yeah.
And literally has a fucking pointing contest.
It's amazing. I'm sure you've all seen the meme with Spider-Man pointing at each other. You know, everyone's seen that meme. But this argument was amazing. Like, stop pointing at me. No, you stop pointing at me. Why pointing at me?
Right. You're pointing at you.
So good.
A little hop. He like started hopping up and down, like angry.
Yeah.
Did they got the look of 67 Spider-Man flawlessly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the things like throughout. That has been like a thing throughout the entire film. They just really stayed true to every single source material, both like from a stylistic standpoint and a narrative. It just felt like they actually knew what they were talking about, and it came from like a place of like, we actually give a shit about Spider-Man, guys.
Right.
Like I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say it was like the Big Bang bait, but I feel kind of like, oh, you do love me as a nerd. I will continue watching your films.
And it is by some guys that kind of do a lot of fan service. It's the guys who did the Lego movies, and Lego Batman, and like there's a lot of Batman fan service in Lego Batman.
Yeah,
some amazing shit in that movie.
They're not above peddling to the fans, I guess.
Yeah,
this is one of those things where I want to be like pandered to, though. I like give me what I want. This is Spider-Man. More Spider-Man is never bad. Spider-Man.
Addressed the big fan service and something that hit me right in the feels. The Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It hurt.
It was rough. And big credit to the creators for the mid-credit scene for giving a shout out to Stan Lee and Steve Ditko.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. But yeah, the Stan Lee cameo, hearing his voice.
Yeah, that was rough.
It was.
I got a little emotional.
I'm glad I was the only person in my theater for my 11 a.m. showing. We'll leave it at that.
That was rough. And when Aunt May comes out of the house and sees the 616 Peter, and you could tell it affects her.
Oh yeah,
she's like, Peter. She's like, got a little pudgy.
I do wish they gave Lily Tomlin a little bit more to do as Aunt May.
She'll be back.
Oh yeah.
Spider Cave.
Spider Cave.
Yeah, like what did Peter the 616 say about it? He was something like, this is pretty pretentious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of pretentious.
Yeah.
I have all these, damn it, but I don't have all the stuff.
Yeah.
I would like, as my inner like I was like, oh, fucking Batman. Why does everything have to be fucking Batman? He was like, then they had the Dune buggy too. He had the goddamn Spider-Man car.
Yes.
Yep. The spider buggy, the spider bike.
Oh my Lord. That's the cool thing about this movie, though. It took all the shit that you can kind of fuck with about Spider-Man and owned it.
Right.
They like wore it like a fucking badge of honor, like there was Tyrion Lannister or some shit.
It's like, come at me, bro.
And you know what? And now I actually appreciate that shit for how funny it was, and I don't even hate on it anymore. Like, God damn it! Like, don't make me like you.
Don't make me like Spider-Man 3 and your musical
I'm supposed
scene.
to be mad that they're hoarding the Spider-Man rights and not just giving it over to Marvel.
I mean, that deal's almost done. Yeah. I think
everything that the dollar bills, MCU has given us, and it's still Spider-Man is their flagship. And this, I think it was this week. Was it this week or last week? There was a Marvel comic, Seasons Beatings, which is a Deadpool one. And even in that comic, Deadpool mentions the Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse movie, and he even goes, they call cartoons movies now.
So there was a book called Seasons Beatings, and it wasn't a wrestling pay-per-view?
No, it is Marvel's Christmas Deadpool special. Seasons Beatings. And he was like, they're calling this a movie. They call cartoons movies.
That's a wrestling pay-per-view.
What was that?
I mean,
me moving my mic. Oopsie daisy.
I mean, Deadpool's going to fuck with Spider-Man, especially on a day like that. So that makes I mean, that's totally within his nature.
If we can get a Spider-Man versus Deadpool movie someday, I'll be happy.
They're booked right now.
It could happen.
I know. I'll be happy.
their book is on issue like 43 right now, and it's still
Could you imagine a good buddy cop like movie with Spider-Man and Deadpool?
Could you imagine Spider-Man being able to say the word fuck?
I mean, Spider-Man's the Murtaugh. That's
absolutely.
I can't wait.
Too young for this shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god! If they brought Deadpool finally into the MCU, Captain America would just constantly be like, language.
Can we talk about how Cap just said language?
I'm never gonna hear the end of this.
But yeah, I agree. Into the Spider-Verse, amazing.
Yeah, go see it.
Like.
Yeah, if you haven't already, man, then you feel like you probably have now.
Would you say spectacular?
Almost superior.
What about amazing?
I did say amazing.
Yeah. Sensational.
Ah, there you go. Superior.
Well, all right.
You renew your vows. I just wanted to
renew our vows over this.
Yeah, Hopefully they could get the actors from the movies that have played him like previously to play like Alfred Molina to play like Doc Ock and like just a scene like where he has like 2 lines or like
they tried to get Toby back.
Oh, did they? I did not hear that.
Yeah, Tim. Yeah, they tried to get Tobey Maguire to do one of the voices for one of the Spider-Man. I think it was going to be the 616 Spider-Man.
Oh, I did not know that.
And he was like, nah, not gonna. Toby turned it down and just missed out on returning to glory.
Yeah. I don't know where he's been for like the past 3 or 4 years.
Nobody does.
Cool.
Pissed off about Spider-Man.
He's like Shia LaBeouf just disappeared after like.
Shia LaBeouf. You're walking through a forest.
after Transformers, it was just like poof.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
YouTube that, everyone. You're welcome.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
Shia surprise. I had a thought and I lost it, as I usually do.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. That's what I was thinking of. Would like have like a scene with Venom and Tom Hardy.
Right.
Like, I would have loved that. Like, you could have done it. Both movies were done by Sony.
That's one thing I was waiting to see in this movie was at least an Eddie or a Venom appearance, but they own it. So I have no doubt he will eventually appear in one of these animated films.
You gotta save something back for like a sequel, man. You can't just like
shoot it all out.
In my head, I guess it was like a scene as like they're going through the multiverse and like they're looking at the different multiverses and you just hear like just snippets. You know what I mean?
This is advice that works both for this and for life. You know, you just want to hold a little bit back.
Yeah.
Just shoot it all over my face already.
No, yeah, I'm ruining it.
Oh God,
boy, I could have gone without that visual.
Please don't ever say that in my presence again.
Yeah,
just blow it all in my face already.
I dry heaved.
This is why we keep Andy. All of you leave him alone right now. This is why we keep Andy.
For vulgar statements 1 time a month.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then just old man crazy pants.
He's always the guy willing to talk to the cops for everybody, though.
No, it's not.
Thanks, Andy.
No.
He runs and hides.
Yeah.
Even from the pizza man.
He's like, shit.
That was under different circumstances.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Which one of you fuck faces is fucking hateful, grateful? goddammit?
Is it me or Andy this week?
It's me. One of you.
Intense preparations we do.
Yeah, right.
Geeks.
You know, we're just gonna go down the line next. So Tim went, now you, then me, then Phil.
Okay, cool.
There we go.
You haven't sang the song yet.
Oh, sorry. Hateful, grateful.
I wasn't ready.
Wait, we're old time 20s. Hateful, grateful.
Hateful.
Yeah.
Grateful.
Such is life.
Such is life. Exactly.
All right, whip it out.
Gross.
All right. So
Andrew continues.
The one thing I want to talk about today. I don't know if everyone got a chance to see it. I know Andy texted it to us. So the new trailer for the new Hellboy movie has dropped. It is out there for the viewing eyes of everybody and for us to hate it or love it. So I pose this question to you, geeks. Do you hate or love the way Hellboy looks?
I feel like I'm in fucking Clash of Titans, and I'm talking to like Apollo. It's like, dost thou hatest, or did thou loveth thine Hellboy?
There you go. That works.
I like the look of David Harbour's Hellboy. That trailer didn't do a whole lot for me. I'm not gonna lie. It just kind of seemed kind of generic, and just I don't know. Just to like the Billy Idol music, to like the kind of the jokes that kind of didn't land for me.
I mean, even the original Hellboy had those jokes, though. He was always kind of a joking.
Yeah,
he's always been a joking, sarcastic kind of character. So I think that fills the plot for him a little bit. I do agree. I think it was a little boring, although I think they got the monsters, and it looks like it's going to be extremely gory. Yeah. So I'm very okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm the same. I'm grateful for it. It looks good. The creatures look fantastic. They did say early on that this was going to be more of like a horror movie feel, like very dark, so the choice of the comedy and the music was a head scratcher.
Yeah.
But I loved what David Harbour looked like. And if you've seen the trailer, at the very end of the trailer, he's coming up out of a pit with the full-blown horns, the flaming crown, and a flaming sword. And I was like, badass.
Yeah, like that was real cool. Yeah, I'm kind of along the same thing with you. It's just like it was low.
You told us one thing and then showed us something completely
it was supposed to be this like low-budget, horror-themed story. And then it's like, no, it just looks like a rehash of the 2004 Hellboy. the Guillermo del Toro one.
My only issue, somebody was bitching online. They were like, the theme, the tone and everything just seems like Hellboy. Oh, you mean Hellboy seems like Hellboy? You fucking idiot.
Someone said that.
Oh, my Batman's too much like Batman.
I mean, David Harbour does look like he ate another entire person.
He's huge.
Then toned up.
Yeah. He's huge.
Boy. Yeah.
Phil? Did you watch it, Phil?
I have a confession to make.
You haven't watched it yet?
I intentionally have not watched it yet.
Okay.
I used to be a big Hellboy fan until Hellboy. And it's not that I don't love. I mean, there are things about Hellboy I really like maybe the last 10 minutes of it when he fights a fucking elder god.
Yeah.
But like the rest of it is just so goddamn corny, except for maybe like when he had like the dead Russian zombie on his backpack, like a fucked up C-3PO.
Right.
Like that was all right, but like the rest of it, I can't handle these fucking movies. I love fucking Hellboy. I'm sorry, and I'm really the trailer scared
just for really the purposes of seeing the creatures and the monsters.
Yeah,
that's what I know you will like.
It looks like he's following. It looks like he's fighting Man-Bat in a wrestling ring.
Yeah. I
like.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I like Guillermo del Toro. I do. But when I watched Hellboy 2, the Golden Army.
Oh God.
I felt like I was watching like Pan's Labyrinth.
It was awful.
Here's Hellboy.
Bad.
It was like, I like Guillermo, his style. I'm not saying it's cool and it's interesting and he's definitely unique. But I don't need it to be like thrown in my fucking face every 3 seconds when I'm watching a Hellboy movie.
Yeah.
I want to see him punch Cthulhu.
And that's what you'll see in this trailer is he's fighting a lot of massive, giant demon creatures. And some of them are whooping on Hellboy.
Yeah. It did remind me that April is jam-packed as a comic book movie month.
Oh, though. All next year is jam-packed.
Well, April is Shazam, Hellboy, and then 2 weeks later is Endgame.
Right. Okay, cool. So it sounds like some people are happy, some people are unhappy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll eventually see it.
I'm scared.
Phil is ambivalent.
Because I don't want it to fuck up. I don't want them to fuck up.
Yeah, I'll see it eventually.
I'll see it. I'm sure I'll see it. All right. So next one is Entertainment Weekly posted maybe a first look at the cast of Aladdin. So we get to see Will Smith as Genie for the first time,
bro.
And spoiler, he's not blue CGI.
You all can't see my cringe face.
All we saw was the cover of Entertainment Weekly, and it shows Will Smith as Genie, like literally Will Smith in a Genie costume.
Do you mean Will Smith as Kazam?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Now, apparently, in the article inside, though, Will Smith does confirm in the movie he is a blue CGI floating genie. He's only looks like Will Smith when he has to take on a human form when walking around for some reason.
Well, yeah.
Because he did that when they were going through the streets of Agrabah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, here we go. Did you know there's this guy riding in an elephant eating some apple pie?
Yeah, so that'll be Will Smith. But when he's genie, it is a CGI blue.
Does that mean? Oh, fuck, we're gonna get Will Smith singing Prince Ali.
Yep.
Fabulous he.
Alibaba.
I didn't think this through.
Yeah.
He fought back the hordes. Back with swords.
Could have been worse. Could have been Jaden Smith.
Why did you release that evil upon the world?
Somebody's going to hear this and be like, make it so.
The genie has a son in the sequel. Oh, no. So they can be together because they're always better when they're together.
I will say, looking at those pictures, Jafar doesn't look that bad.
I haven't seen
That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Literally all I got.
The Beauty and the Beast live action was great. None of the other ones have really been very standout-ish.
Right. We'll see.
Jungle Book
was good.
It's still going to make $800 million because we can't say no to Disney.
They are peddling some fine cracks, sir.
They'll be like, you say grateful or we're shutting you down.
Y'all got more of those live action remakes.
Is there like a Disney agent like off camera there in the room? Like you guys will like our fucking movies. Like, we know you rule the world now. Sorry, Walt.
All right, so it sounds like I'm mostly hateful until we see it because, well, we just don't want to see Will Smith as a genie.
Yeah, all right.
So I'll give you an option for my last one because the first one I wanted to pick, I know about it, but I'm not sure you guys will.
Okay.
So I can either go comic related, or I can go Warhammer related. If anyone remembers Warhammer,
I mean, I remember Warhammer.
I remember Warhammer Orcs versus Humans. Fucking like, and what there's like, and I guess there's Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, 40K.
Yeah.
Which one do you want, comics or Warhammer?
I'd flip a coin.
I'll give you both. Whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah.
We'll do a bonus.
Do your heart's desire.
Okay. So it was just announced that there will be an anime series based upon Warhammer 40K. It'll be called, what's it called? Angels of Death. Yeah, Angels of Death. So they're actually going to pretty much do if those of you who don't know Warhammer was like you could like build your own, armies and play battle, and you get to paint your own little figures and do all the stuff, Space Marines and all that good stuff. So when I saw this, I'm kind of excited. I would like to see an anime based off the Angels of Death, the 40K.
Give me some Battle Bowl.
Yeah.
I want Battle Bowl. Which
is
I know just
Andy probably has no idea.
Battle Bowl is their version of Mutant League Football. Do you remember Mutant League Football?
I do remember that.
There we go.
So yeah, there's gonna be an anime series based upon this.
Warhammer 40K.
Yeah.
Couldn't give two shits.
Oof. Well, I played Warhammer 40K.
Yeah.
A lot in college.
Yeah.
Mr. I couldn't give two shits.
So there.
And
shocking.
And
other people played it too. Still don't give two shits.
It's a fun fucking game. Let me rephrase that. If you got nothing better to do, it's a fun fucking game. There's a lot, man. That's an expensive and time-consuming hobby to paint that shit. It's labor of love for a lot of people who work really hard to make their 40K armies. Andy, but you don't get to shit.
Yeah, you scrub.
But you like HeroClix. It's kind of like HeroClix, but like,
do I?
But
I would imagine your collection at home says different.
Andy also has a point though, because you've got Warhammer 40K as an anime. So these are literally two things that Andy...
Two shits. I do not give.
Son of a bitch.
One shit for each of you?
So there is literally no demographic that this movie is aimed at includes an Andy. It's literally not Andy. That is their demographic. Anyone but him might like this movie.
You know my demographic. Do you like vagina? Then not you.
Not you. I fucking love Zach and Mary. Do you like pussy? Yeah, not you.
I wasn't expecting that. All right.
I will be your Sherpa up the mountain.
Right, yeah.
Not finishing that.
All right. So the final one, IDW, the comic company, they are doing a Glow comic book.
I mean, I like wrestling. I like Glow. Not going to read the comics.
Yeah, there is now 3 shits.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The shit count tonight so far is 3.
Andy's not giving 3 shits.
3 Keurigs.
Keurigs? Like the coffee makers?
No, Keurig.
Still don't
know what you're talking about.
Still don't know that word. That word means nothing to me.
A Katie Couric.
Keurig.
It's how many Courics?
Keurig.
You sound like you're saying the coffee machine I have upstairs.
He's referencing a South Park episode.
I know, but it sounds like he's saying Keurig, like my coffee machine.
It's how you measure the size of a piece of shit in Couric.
Well, when you have to explain the joke, you probably should lead with that.
Also, when that
watch the episode of South Park.
Also, when that episode is 10 years old.
I'm old.
I couldn't give a Bono.
Couldn't give 2 Bonos.
And that is your Hateful Grateful for this evening.
Hateful grateful.
Party time. Excellent.
I went Pearl Jam. Fuck all y'all.
Too legit to give some shits. Hey.
God, you're so white.
Well, now we're going to get sued by 3 different people.
I fucking hate the 90s. Sorry, I do.
All right, I'm going to bed.
Good night.
All right, well,
we have to end the show first.
Yeah, can we end the show by, like...
Ending it?
Yeah. I was going to say plugging our shit.
Why does everything have to be about buttholes or penises?
There's a lot of shit being plugged over here.
And by
just a lot of
I'm going to
shit
show my dick and we're going to plug our shit.
Show my dick and plug our shit.
Hey, I didn't say that at all this episode.
No, that's our new slogan.
Yeah.
Dicks out, boys.
I'm making I'm making t-shirts. The front will say "Show my dick and plug our shit," the back will say "Dicks out, boy."
That's why everyone stays to the end, because they just stay at the end because all we do is dick and fart shit.
Jesus,
I can't wait to get picketed.
What I meant
sweating over here.
Please follow us on the Instagram and the Twitters at Hateful Geeks.
Please don't listen to Andy's being sweaty over here.
Jesus Christ.
That's the name of his next album he's dropping.
The end of every episode is a train wreck.
Absolute
fucking train wreck.
That's why people listen.
Thanks for tuning in to the Hateful Geeks. My name's Tim.
Wait, what? You're not
what?
Tim.
We're doing this.
I'm not
in reverse.
I'm Sweeney.
Nope.
I'm drafting you guys. I'm picking. I'm going to be somebody else tonight. I'm Andy. Yeah. I'm Andy tonight. Thanks for tuning in to the Hateful Geeks. I'm Andy.
I'm Phil.
I'm still Sweeney. Fuck it.
I'm Batman.
I am the Knight.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!